10 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Okie doke.
Dire team ban.
Here we are in game 2.
Getting ready. Band's already coming out. Looks like I was watching is sick of being poisoned.
I don't want the fucking OD as well.
Faceless Void.
Straight into
like
the
there's a
face,
lot of
they
nods.
want that back.
Just the offlane faceless it's just taking over the Tusk position that we've seen in a lot of games lately.
Seems to be growing well, looking like they're going to do some form of push strategy. See how far they take it.
Calls come out first.
They do seem to like having a very strong mid laner that just can clear creeps and just take towers, and then the rest of their team just rotates around and lets them have space. I actually wouldn't be too surprised if I was watching throw in an Omnight pick here again.
I feel like the Omni picks haven't been very effective in any game. I haven't seen a game where the Omni top, like the Omni has been so valuable that they couldn't have done without it. Like if you look at the last game, although they won with it, I don't feel like he had much to do with it.
It just evened it out. It didn't like give him an advantage.
Yeah. Where they could have had someone else to really fill that position, like a Vengeful Spirit or something, to actually have a stun and, you know, swap out of position.
The Winter Woven here will be going to Mitziv.
Great support hero. Really good against strong physical carries of the opposite team.
Pretty early pick,
Which if
considering
they're
they
gonna
don't
be
have
going-
any yet.
It also just could be a preemptive if they just do go a real heavy push strat. You can just clear out the creep wave.
Yeah, the D push is brilliant from her. Such a long way, fly over cliffs. Slows. Yeah, I think it's quite a good hero.
And with them getting caught out a lot last game, I feel like they just want that be able to escape from most fights. Except I feel like there's gonna be a lot of those casts that, as the Werven's flying over a cliff, the cast's gonna fly out of nowhere and smack him in the face.
Cast do it and then cast things. Fuck that spell.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So who do they look to try and fight the Faceless Void? They could go more burst damage, or they could go shots like they used to in the last game with Veno. So Viper might work.
Generally, heroes with lockdown fare quite well.
Dire team pick.
And the time walk altogether.
And just stun them. Yeah,
Every
it's
time he goes
definitely
to
good.
cast it. The 0.35 second cast time as well at the start of it is what wrecks him a lot. So a clockwork.
Do you think they could run a
battery
clockwork? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching, need to get a mid laner soon.
10 seconds
Death Prophet
remaining.
is notoriously strong and
5 seconds
pretty
remaining.
growing well, targeting the mid bands at the moment.
Reserve time.
I feel like they'll try and pick up a co-op. Sorry, let's give him. I was watching try and pick up a co-op. I feel like she'd be pretty good against the Death Prophet.
Even the Invoker.
Invoker's already been banned,
Because
yeah.
the silence gets ignored a lot. And even if the Death Prophet does go the silence, you can just go straight into right-click Invoker.
They've already banned him.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to go. Don't worry about it then.
I feel like the co-op is the last sort of mid-hero that they look for. Naturally builds into an Orchid, so that'll really wreck the Prophet.
Seconds remaining.
And
Also
have
fight
high
around the
mobility.
bases void ult.
5
Yeah.
seconds remaining.
High mobility, pure damage. I feel like that's really strong.
Reserve time.
And did I mention she has a blink?
I think that'll get a support here. And to favour getting the supports early, I was watching.
Who do they try and grab? Maybe the silencer for them? No.
Even Lion. I feel like they want a
Lion's a
little bit
good
of lag.
one.
Oh, Lena.
Lena.
Dire team pick.
Lena will be
Be a
there.
core
Go for
or
that
a
high
support
burst.
at this point.
I feel like the
I
Lena's
think
gonna
it'll be a
be
mid.
yeah, like second. It'll be a Romy.
Resto hero.
Yeah. Just likes running around chasing people down.
I feel like they should pick up the
Especially-
clockwork for the offlaner. Do quite well. Probably face Faceless Void, so he can do well there.
If it is
Reserve time.
Davism on Sand King 4 seems to be growing well. It will be tri-lane bottom, but half jungle. Just again looking for those early kills on the offlaner.
Dark Seer.
Okay, Dark's there, yep.
Radiant
Like-
team pick.
They're trying to get everyone together. I feel like they need someone who can really capitalize on that. Oh, wow, okay.
Team ban.
Do you
It's a very
think
quick
they might
pick
pick
there.
up the Visage? To combo with the Drought? I feel like Growing Wild needs to ban out the Visage because they can't have the Visage birds just pushing down towers on them because those birds wreck.
I don't think I was watching Will Pick Visage. I've never seen any of these guys play
Support.
Visage. I feel like that's going to be a Lena mid. And it's going to be
It'll
off lane,
likely be a
Faceless
Lena
and
mid,
Winter
but they
Weapon.
could swap it out.
It could be mid void.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
That'll go
Against
to
the Death
Bob in the
Prophet?
off lane.
As long as he manages to backtrack grip forms, he should be able to do pretty well against her.
Dire running out of time and not taking a ban.
Wow.
Ban nothing.
10 seconds remaining.
Mistakes were
Mistake
made
there.
there.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
That's the first time I've
It
ever
might be
seen that.
just trying to play mind games. We don't need to ban any other heroes. Because you guys are going to fuck up your pick.
Dying.
Dire team pick.
Interesting ban choice.
I think teams that be growing well might pick up a Sven. Someone to really try and burst all that grouped up heroes. And someone just to punch on the Faceless Void.
Wind Ranger at your service.
Or just go to Wind Ranger.
Wind Ranger, yeah, they want to take towers down.
Interesting choice. Best
So I
safe
feel
lane
like it's
Wind Ranger.
gonna be Muncie on Death Prophet, Elephant Man on Witch Doctor, Davidson on Sand King, Glowblade
10 seconds
on the
remaining.
Darkseer, and then the Muncie, MQ on Wind Ranger.
5 seconds remaining.
I just don't know who they're gonna pick as their last.
Reserve time.
Just
Yeah, mid or a
they need like
support. Likely to be a support.
they could just run line and send line mid.
Yeah. That wouldn't be the worst thing.
That way they can just send Lena support, but let her run around.
Maybe
Wow.
They
Okay.
do
That'd be
go
good.
the Shadow Fiend. Lena does end up as a support.
The swagger friend is in.
Swag Fiend.
So let's just run through the heroes.
Click on
We've
stuff.
got Scrappy on Drow, Flothosaurus on the Lena, Presto Swagger Fiend, Richie on his fucking Winter Wyvern, and Bobbits on the Faceless Boy that did so well last game. MQ's on the Windrunner. Got Elephant Man on Darkseid, Davism on Sand King, Muncie on the Death Prophet, and Goblad on Witch Knockdown. That rounds out the teams for Game 2 for the Game 3 series, which IWW has taken the first Game 1. So, the decider at this point.
The Drow Aura is really going to help the Shadow Fiend in the early game here. He does pick it up.
I feel like that's going to be their plan. Just go auras. Actually surprised they didn't actually swap out the Lena for Revenge.
30 seconds to battle.
Yeah, I feel like the bench would have been able to do a bit more. Or that they could have gone
Smoking
on Pop
bottom.
instead of this Shadow Fiend.
Run except for Bob is bottom. It's going to be a 4v5 fight here, likely.
I think they're just going to back up and they're just going to go top instead.
Needs to get out of here.
The battle begins.
Every coin helps.
On Shell, on the Sand King, they were ready to punch on.
Alright, looks like
You know what,
Mid-Sip's
I'm
going to
gonna-
babysit Presto and Mid. Help him get those
I'll give him
first
that early
two
advantage.
souls.
Just go run an
Dire
AMQ.
really slow
Just
to their
slow on the
lanes.
Once he finally gets to die, go run as a safe lane, Death Prophet. That's an interesting choice.
Just trying
So we will
to
send Death
Needs to
Prophet.
apply some pressure here. Bottom.
Not gonna happen.
They're already getting level 2. Move over to the jungle if he
Press.
really wants.
So we go to the Muncie, the Death Prophet versus Faceless Void matchup. I feel it goes fairly well for Death Prophet. Sorry, Faceless Void, because he can backtrack all of that damage. He manages to do it correctly, time it right, not take too much harass in the meantime.
all Muncie has to do is get off a well-timed silence. W.
Yeah,
Just
try and-
so that way, even though he gets the backtrack off, it's not going to get the heal. But is it
Elephant's gotta be
3-second
careful.
silence? And it's only 2 seconds. If he gets the silence off and then deals the damage, the backtrack's not
Sand
gonna
King
work.
opting to go into the jungle at level 1. Not the most efficient. See how it ends up for him.
DD, rune at bottom. No one really moving to the runes yet, so. I think Chef is just gonna wait for his bottle to come in first.
Elephant almost got
coming
his
in.
soul ring.
Yeah, he's gonna find the rune top.
Down here.
And Lena picks up the double damage at bottom as well.
Looking to come mid. Does have a smoke. Haven't seen him yet so far.
He's just gonna walk
He's gonna walk
straight
at
in.
him.
It's... I feel like he could have made a play with that.
Just making space.
Taking a lot of damage. He's gotta be careful. He could be first down. Yeah, there we go.
First blood. Just standing there eating a lot of the damage.
Yeah, that was the best play I've seen.
Felt like if Shed had got a couple of like Orborgs in on the Lena there, Swallosaurus, just standing there right clicking, not actually getting the extra efficiency out of the animation kick from.
Presto taking the lead though. I'll help him out a lot in mid lane.
He's gonna need some consistency at bottom.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He should be able to do fairly well against the stuff. Not being able to get him, not having to move too far forward with the creeps. He's taking a lot of damage with harass, so.
Just from the Ion Shell. He's surging the Ion Shell creeps, just letting him run at him.
Elephant Man playing really well
Soul
against
ring,
this.
so he can do it.
So they go again on Ampio. They might be able to take him too. Gonna try and juke it around. The stun from Lena, that's secure that kill.
They're slowing that.
Maddie's
down,
Sand King
just-
having no impact at this point in the game.
Yeah. He
Still
really needed
level
to be in
2.
late.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Still level 2. Almost 5 minutes into the game. There is a stack at the hard camp there.
It's only a one stack at 5 minutes.
Double stacks.
Yeah, as in +1.
Lena wrapping around behind Elephant Man.
Man sees him.
But they won't be able to do
Runs
anything with
away
it.
with Surge.
Drow just getting pushed out of the lane.
Unfortunately, he did walk into vision through the trees.
Once he's starting to get low, he's got to be careful. Top lane. They could probably kill them on
Darkseer. Darkseer moving in on the Lena at bottom. Little fight happening at the top.
Like Munster's getting pretty low. He could really go down pretty easily.
Has bought
Few
himself
more
a Fraser and
blasts.
Mango.
Dyer's courier will.
I feel like
Yeah.
because Winterwoven hasn't been played a lot, everyone's just assumed that Winterwoven's just not as strong as what it used to be in the offlane.
Where did that courier die? Was that the
Dyer's
Sand King?
middle tower is under attack.
The Sand King
Yeah, I
would
think
have
so.
died.
I think
Yeah,
that's
with the
Sand
creeps
King.
pushing it out. The
They're-
aggro from the
they're
creeps
taking
and the
that.
neutrals.
Dark, they're really
has hit
just
level
shitting on
4.
it.
I'd really like to see Sand King pick up a smoke and rotate and gank Presto.
They're just gonna leave these lanes static. It's pretty quiet early game.
He's coming.
He's coming
taking-
mid,
he's
he
coming
does
mid.
not have a smoke. He's lucky that there's no
They haven't
ward.
warded there.
He's gonna go for the age old
Who's
stack
parting
and just
behind the
walk in and
trees?
they'll see the
Lena has
lane is
come
here, so
around.
they should think twice about doing that. They should just back up.
He's only level 4. 2 raises will put him to like quarter his health. There's only 2 right clicks.
Alright, Lena's been rotating a lot. She's only level 3 at the moment. Only 1 point in that stun.
Spinner blast doing so much damage. Once he's got to be careful.
Aceless only levels 5 though. Very, very close to level 6.
I feel like they could have got Muncie with, you know, bleed forward and that much trouble too.
There was a cask flying as it happened. They have spotted Stand King.
Lena can really clean up all these creeps. I feel like Full Story isn't that familiar with the hero. Could have just gone for Jack's save from the low ground and really taken himself all that damage.
He was pinging, they did start to rotate in from top lane. When he noticed that he could actually take the creep wave, looks like he just went for the stun and then the Dragon Slave.
So Faceless got level 6.
Muncie's still with no point in the silence.
Yeah, that's
Even the 2-second silence on top of the Faceless, just stopping him to backtrack all the damage. Muncie's just wasting damage on the Death Prophet.
no Splinter Blast doing so much damage. Bob's just gonna keep tickling them. Backtracks most of the damage. Look at that.
Finally picked up the silence at level 6. Doesn't have her ult. For level 6 Muncie, picking up the silence instead. Shroud bottom has treads and a ring. Elephant Man does have his mana boots and soul ring. They're just happy to like send creeps with Iron Shell.
Pretty quiet game, really. Not much rotations. Not much to be said. Spogo fan looking
They
for.
are gonna try and take him
He's
out
got him.
bottom.
Does have an invis rune, so you might be able to make something happen with that. I feel like he should have gone top lane and tried to play with that invis rune a bit.
Doesn't have enough mana to make it worth it popping that Invis rune. Pops the Invis rune and then bottles himself.
Never give the satisfaction.
Maybe going for mana boots first off bottom.
So they're gonna
Might
go
just
for
sell Lemmy.
MQ. MQ, very bit slow to react. Tops when run. Runs out. They cancel the TP. Feel like he got too eager with his
Sand King.
ult there. And time it very, very well. They could have come much further in.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
But they will take
take
mid
down
tier
towers.
one.
Dyer's fortified, I see.
Oh,
Radiant's
no, they
top
won't.
tower is under attack.
So
No,
that's
he
left
popped
into
on the
die range,
Drow
right?
either. Precision Aura is still...
Under attack. Dyer's middle tower.
If the
has
Drow
been
had a pop the
denied.
Precision Aura there, they would have had the damage to take down the tower.
Yeah, few mistakes been made.
Boy, Dyer's bottom tower is taking a beating.
So Drow doing Drow things. She's gonna do some serious damage to this tier 1 tower. Be
Here
careful
comes
though.
Cask.
Throws the silence. Yeah, run stuff out.
Witch Doctor with not enough mana, unfortunately. Both of them have their mana boots on cooldown.
Crossfit
There's
does
not
take
what
a
they can do to
DD
the
ring
Drow
though.
just yet.
Plenty of gold on the Faceless Void. He might go straight Blink Dagger. But I feel like that's not the best opening item. Maybe he's just looking for that long range
Mobility.
initiation.
Just so he can jump in, keep the time.
And Scrappy's dead on bottom.
There.
Pretty simple kill.
They need to move in
So-
onto the Drow.
Winter Wyvern
The
pops
Void.
the smoke for himself at bottom there. Sure,
Can
what's
still
up with
throw
that?
the Splinter Blast from it.
So let's
Yankee,
take up
finally
the
level
character
6.
itself. They know in the level 5, so
Radiant's middle
Witch
Somehow
tower
Doctor,
pays
instead
off
of
for
actually
him.
going back to base.
Bob's gotta be careful. He might.
There's
He's,
the silence.
he's in a lot of trouble. There's another stun that could go up. Bob's gonna go down here. Maybe. Oh. Step picks up a kill.
There's the blink
Manages to
dagger.
survive. Dave's real low. And Presto gets a double kill.
Double kill. No rotations from any of the guys at bottom.
And they'll probably turn that into a tier 1.
is taking a beating. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Mancy just pops an ult.
Radiant structures.
Drow's
By
going
that
for a
pushes a
very
little bit.
old build here. The new build is generally get to the
Dire's
Dragonlance.
bottom tower is under attack. Top tower has fallen. Dire's
Dragonlance and eggs. And then break your Dragonlance into your BKB.
No eggs. Dragonlance, you break it up.
I'm yet to see Drow
Okay.
actually build Ags.
You play Drow, you go mid, you scream, I am Morgana. Morgana? Medusa.
Sand King's so far away from his blink.
Well, Small-Thoris isn't level 6 yet, so managed to pay off.
He has been there when they've needed him though. Except for
That's
Mother
true.
Cheddar being died top.
I'd like to see Witch Doctor start buying the wards and let Sand King get his blink dagger. Huge
Managed to
shackle
get the
at
shackle on
bottom.
Scrappy. And they're gonna kill Scrappy
He's
pretty
gonna go
easily.
down.
How sad for you.
The
So,
Radiant are
Scrappy
gonna
a little
counter
bit
push
far
and hit
up
top.
there.
yeah, he's a long way by himself. Much
Doesn't
gonna
have
do
the
with
protection
that?
of their tier 1 tower. They do have the jungle warded up, and he's just pushed that little bit past the ward.
Bobus with the blink. They might just drop the chrono.
Unsy thinking out top tower.
Radiant's middle tower is taken.
Yeah, there we go. Throw the spells. Easy one for Bobus.
You still have to ult.
Oh, they
down
dropped.
for that.
Drop every sound. Heads off.
Sand,
Win run.
Sand King will with the mental weapon ult, just doing magic. There's the
Mischief
shackle.
is gonna go down here, bro. I just have some time.
Heal. Does have his close range.
Solar Suntrip doing work. Breatho gets a double kill. He might claim a third. Empty with a
There's
triple
three.
kill.
Scrappy coming in.
Scrappy's just gonna
The
chase
slow is
down the
doing new
empty.
things. He's gonna see the.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh.
Wind run
Both
does
of them
work.
saw the courier. You can see it run across their mind. Do we
Did have
go for
speed
the
boost,
Wind
though.
Ranger?
Look, the Dyer's top tower is
So
under
overall,
attack.
why don't even
Lift
trade?
you.
Tower has fallen.
Yeah, no fortify. It very
So everyone
handy
just-
after the tier 1 towers died that the glyph of fortification reset. It would change this game.
Darkseer actually starts purchasing wards. I'd like to see a blink dagger from him as well. I really think this witch doctor needs to help out on the wards. DP needs to use her ult.
She wants to save it for the tier 2, but
I feel like she wants to save it for the team fight. Just put us in the shackle there.
He's taking middle tower has fallen.
yeah, they're just gonna back up, so
Stop
not much
shadow
happens
fan.
after all of that.
Just the aura coming out of the drow. Just letting the shadow fiend just fucking waves. Does have a
She already
shadow blade.
has.
Just
Dude,
looking for the fight here.
He's gonna
He's not a
support the
max
witch doctor.
souls.
He's gonna
Get away for shadow blade to fall off and then come back up again. Does know that they're all there. Drow just farming those creep camps. Gonna have to move down. I don't think that's seeing that the Shadow Fiend has the Shadow Blade.
Once just getting a bit of damage off on the Winter Warden.
Radiant's
Bob is positioning
About
himself
to
for
heal it up.
the Chronosphere.
look at him go.
Oh, I feel like they wasted that. God, 3-man silence for the Drow there.
Tower is
Try
under
to stop
attack.
that.
Yeah, it's Exorcism
But Muncy's
up.
just gonna push the tower.
And the Fortify on the bottom tower.
Don't waste your time.
Witch doctor's out of position.
Cast don't work yet again. Elephant Man's gonna get burst down. Oh, yeah, and he goes down.
Oh,
That's gonna
right
take a
click.
fair bit of damage. Not gonna be enough.
Bloodlade
Traffic.
cancelling his ult.
Take out.
Needs to get out.
Oh,
Huge
really?
ulti there
Okay.
by Sand King.
Epicenter.
Not enough damage.
Don't work.
Just because he's not level
Not quite
11,
enough.
that extra point, and then the ult would have been able to take him out.
Radiant's bottom tower has been denied.
And the bottom tower gets denied. It's an awful trade there. The Dire team.
Just the Sand King, if he had those extra 2 levels,
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
just not being able to keep up.
Look, Dyer's fortified, I see.
Just inefficiently farming.
Set a bit spread out. 2 players down by the tower. The other 3 sort of a bit further up.
Scrappy's gotta be careful
Pick
there.
them off one by one.
Shadow Fiend doing that casual walk down the lane. No farts.
Really like to see the Dragon Lance next on Scrappy.
Give him a bit
way to
extra cash.
Assemble it into a BKB and a butterfly.
I think good buy. Stay to buy some lifesteal now, which he is indeed going into.
No, building last
Yeah,
week
Presto
first.
is going straight into MKB, and he already has his Demon Edge and a Javelin, so he's almost there. And he's not far off it either.
He's just sick of getting hit by those arrows.
He just wants to beat the shit out of. Oh, and David's on top.
Yep.
You gonna get away? No, he doesn't. Falls on by
Yeah,
Presto
yeah.
with a haste rune as well.
Still is 6 levels behind. So as a fight, they would have struggled to take.
And that'll be the MKB as well.
They are all rotating in. Doesn't have enough mana.
The wolf on it.
Oh, just gets enough mana for Shadowblade.
Oh, look at it go!
And he gets away on that, I'm pretty sure.
Regeneration.
He should. He hasn't TP'd yet. Still not enough.
And
He'll
they
get that now.
start to bring out dust now, knowing full well they shouldn't have tried to get him there.
Drough's just gonna
He
push
must
this
have just
bottom
seen that he
lane.
didn't have any mana. Scrappy just
Argo's
doing what
helmet
Scrappy does
dominator.
best.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
GW are quite grouped in their jungle. Feeling quite scared. They feel like there's an invasion on their hands.
GW just not getting that foot grip that they like to get early. They're just struggling to like pick up that pace, that snowball that they love to have.
They're really missing their blink daggers on their cores.
Yeah,
Really
I mean,
needs
the Batty's got two braces instead of a blink, so yeah, it's the best player. The guy comes out with the smoke. We have a big fight on bottom here. Just runs down.
Nobody walking into three of them. Gonna take right clicks.
He manages to
Do you
get out.
manage to disengage? Huge 4-star.
And they're just going to try and turn this into a Roche.
The damage coming out of Max Souls and the aura.
They're not even going to test this, so get away on IWW.
Can't
And
walk into it.
so picks up a double damage for his troubles as well.
Dire's top tower.
Presto, king of the runes. Pick up haste when he needs it. Now into a DD when they're likely to start pushing.
They've found Muncie, and that's going to be down. Quick little kill for the Drow.
That's his.
Mega kill.
Fuck.
Presto
God.
just blows up the Witch Doctor.
That
Doesn't
poor
even
Witch
use the
Doctor.
ult.
Witch Doctor's just had no luck these last two games. That poor
They
purple.
go quick enough, they might be able to go high ground here.
Dire's
Yeah, they're going to go high
Still
ground.
has a lot of time left on that DD.
They still have
Gonna
all
be
their
able to walk up.
ults.
Max Souls. Popping the aura on the Drow.
Dire's middle tower is fallen.
Still
Getting the range
has
back,
Aegis,
I
has
like
everything,
that
so
decision.
Dire's middle barracks are fallen.
just mincing the rack. So they can't even do
Not
anything
enough-
about it.
Not a lot of mana. Missing the shackle shot there.
They're going to go on a Presto. They're dropping a lot for him. He's still
Who
quite
has the
pretty old. David goes down. Big Cronus
The hill
here.
there
Alpha
on
Man's
the
going to go
winter
down.
word.
Dominating. Double kill.
Presto can't get
Oh,
his ult off.
there's
It
no
doesn't
fear
matter.
going in, taking names.
But he's going to get the... Oh, GG already. Wow, 25 minutes. GG is called. And there you go. IWW take out the series in 25 minutes, pretty convincingly. Well played, gents. And nice
I
picture
was
there,
watching
but I was
Victory.
watching